Nemo Ashyang here, founder of Enjoyment. Let me go ahead and just start things off by just saying I see you and I acknowledge you. And I want to start off this way because if you're watching this video here, that means that you are an incredibly powerful person. Either you recognized it in yourself or someone else saw it in you and made a referral to you and invited you to come be a part of this pioneer community that we've built. So I want to take this time just to start out and just say, hey, how are you? And I see you. Thank you for showing up powerfully in the work that you do and for aspiring to being even more powerful. And what I've found is that this group of people who show up in this way, who've had a track record of success, who are high achieving, high performing, high potential people, there are things that are in their lives that work really for them, but also things that work against them, environments that don't allow them or don't foster them being able to create what they truly want in their life and work. And that's the game that we choose to play here at Enjoyment, and that's the game that I choose to play with you and the other pioneers. You see, what I've found is that people who are true leaders, who are truly committed to creating positive change in their world, and however they decide to call their world. It could be their job, it could be their career, the people around them, the way that they interact with their family, or it could be on a country, community, or even global scale. Whatever it is, whatever your world happens to be, I find that when I work with people who are interested in making this positive change, there are certain barriers that come to play. And it's interesting for me as I say this here that these barriers come in because of just how successful they are. You see, they've reached the point where their success, I actually call it the burden of a track record of success, right? They're at a place where because they've been able to accomplish so much here, the people around them have a general expectation that everything that they touch will turn to gold. And so that adds a lot of pressure as to what's the right thing to do, what's the best thing to do in this case here. Because they've had that track record of success, what we find is that for the people, when they look around and they see who am I surrounded by, who are the people when I tell about an idea or something that I'm trying to do in the world, they just don't get it. Maybe it comes off as, oh, okay, yeah, I'm really glad to hear it, or I just don't understand. Or, wow, you've already done so much. Like, why do you need to do more? Like, aren't you happy with what you have around you? I find this to be something that is really, really wonderful around the people around us because they care, they're doing it out of love. But at the same time, in terms of the places that we're looking to go, in terms of the paths that we're looking to create in our lives, that kind of support doesn't really help us move forward. So I wanted to create a space, a place where pioneers just like yourself can come together and be surrounded by people like them, right? And also people very different from them. You'll find that I'm not into like-minded. There's a level that extends to. And the reason for that there is that when you get only like-minded people together, you don't get an opportunity to have innovation and inclusion, right? There becomes a group think. And I think, and what I've seen from working with pioneers is that level of challenge, the ability for someone to look at what you're working on or what you're planning on doing and give you a different perspective, give you feedback from a completely different domain that still has application, that's what my pioneers go ahead and crave. And that's what they're not able to find in a lot of their other communities and other areas where they're involved. I mentioned earlier that pioneers are multi-talented, multi-passionate people. And that is a really great thing. But at the same time, it does add on this pressure of what is the next thing that I'm supposed to do? How do I add my value in a meaningful way? What comes up from there? And out of all the different things that I can do, which one should I do and when? So with this aspect of being able to basically do anything, there comes the aspect of, well, how do I add my highest value? And that's something that we in the pioneer community make it a point to stress. You know, we get a chance. I started this whole thing off saying, I see you, right? And I acknowledge you. Because we see each other as powerfully as we are. We take the time to get to know individuals on a personal basis. so that while they're off, we're all on our own path, we're all pioneers, we're all doing our thing, you know, but we don't have to do it alone. You see, we have this opportunity that we can look left, we can look right, and go ahead and get feedback from others. And it's coming from a place where even if they haven't lived in your shoes directly, they understand you, they understand what's important to you, they understand your strengths, your values, they understand what makes you you and why you're doing what you're doing. And from that knowledge, we're able to help each other move forward and create the possibilities worth pursuing in our lives. The pioneers that I work with, and the reason why I want to invite you to this here, they're people who are leaders. They're leaders just like yourself. And at the end of the day, leadership can be lonely. And to be honest, I'm over it. I'm over it. Like, I know the way that I show up in the world. I know the power and what I have to offer to the world. I know my talents, I know my gifts, and I know where my strengths are, and I'm really, really comfortable with all that. However, when I look at it for myself even, it is not easy to find other people on this level or above, right? And so, seeing as I saw that issue, seeing as I saw that gap out there, I wanted to make a place, a haven, a safe place where people can come together. And when I say safe, I expect there to be some kind of challenges. Not an easy place per se, but a place where you can truly be yourself, be seen as yourself, and be held accountable to that. I'll talk to a lot of people. I do coaching as well. And when I talk to people, they're like, I need you to hold me accountable to the things I want to do. And what I've really found is that people aren't looking for a taskmaster or a manager. What they want is someone to see them as they are and hold them accountable to that. You see, I have the lucky pleasure of being a mirror to a lot of people, helping them discover, embrace, and leverage their strengths and gifts so that they can make positive impact in their world with far less effort and far better results. That's what I do. And if that's something that you're interested in, I would love to invite you to explore the Pioneer community. How this works here is that I'm not gonna lie, this is something that I am incredibly passionate about. And it's the reason why I'm like, I can't just write this out. I have to make a video for it, right? Plus, this is one of my strengths. Like I like coming out here and just connecting with you. So if this is something that sounds good, if it sounds something that you'd like to explore, and this is something that we are building together. This is not, I'm not anyone's guru. I'm not a teacher. Like, if you're showing up to this here, you're already there. This is not a step-by-step process. This is a space for you to show up powerfully and get feedback from your peers and get support from peers on your level or above to help pull you into the future that you want for yourself. There are a lot of different places you can go for just information. We're about application and experience. And what I'm building is this wonderful community of just high-performing, excellent people, these pioneers who are possibility-driven, who believe in inclusion and show up authentically. If you're interested in exploring what that is here, I'll be honest, I make it a point to talk to every individual who joins this community personally. And this is more or less an invitation to the invitation, if that makes sense. And what I would like to do is, since you are a powerful person and since you are interested in becoming more powerful and showing up in this way, in the way that you interact with the world, I'd like to go ahead and start off by being of service, right? And through that it will give me an opportunity to see what you're up to in the world, what possibilities you're creating, and where your strengths are, and how you might be able to benefit from being a part of our Pioneer programs. It will also give you a chance to have an experience with me and the way that I approach things. I do things differently from others, you know, and I don't know, I'm smiling. That brings me great joy. That's just the way I operate. And if that's something that you resonate with, awesome. I have something amazing for you that's gonna really, really transform the way that you show up in the world. And it's gonna transform the way that you make money, the way your relationships, your health, whatever it is, because I look at this from a holistic perspective here. If it's all about being more you, and we give you the space to be that and to really show up as yourself. So what I'll do is that I'll like you to just go ahead and fill out a quick application. And this application here is just like, firstly, I need to understand, are you willing to even do the work? You know, are you willing to put in an application? If it's just, if that's not going to happen, then there's no place that we can even move forward from there. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to fill out a quick application and give you a chance to share what's on your mind and what you really want to get from this experience and what's holding you back right now in terms of being able to live the life that you're looking to live and create your version of the world as you want to see it. Right? So I'm going to give you an opportunity for that application, and then based on the application here, what I'll do is I may extend you an opportunity to have a powerful coaching experience with me. What that looks like is that I carve out 2 hours. I don't mess around. Like, I carve out 2 hours to focus on you, and we explore your strengths, we explore your possibilities, and we help you discover, embrace, and leverage those strengths to create those possibilities. This is a full coaching session. This is exactly what I do with my pioneers, and we get deep. You know, it's not surface level stuff, and it's not a step-by-step thing to say, oh, first you should do this, then you should do that, and then do the next. Those are what my courses are for. Those are what other people's teachings are for. This is coaching. This is personalized and tailored and customized to you, and based on where you are and what's important to you. So I'll be happy to gift you a complimentary coaching session after you complete your application, if I believe this is going to be a good fit for you, if you show up as a pioneer. From that place there, we'll then decide if we should continue going forward, and we'll look into whether or not we'll extend an official invitation into the pioneer community and what that will look like. And it's fun for me because the way that I look at this here is that every person that joins the community shifts the entire direction of it, or not the direction, but like it shifts the feel of it, right? Because more than anything else, like, don't join because of me. Don't join because of me. I'm here to create the space for you to show up powerfully. I'm here to create the programs that support you being more of yourself. I'm here to get the most inspiring, impactful people that I know in my world and in your world together, so that while you're out there creating something and leading into your futures and leading others along with you, you're not doing it alone. You have guidance, you have support, and you have accountability, all towards being more of yourself and bringing that out, so that when you reach your destination, it's someplace that you feel great and feel very, very, very proud of the end result. I call it, I make sure to help people avoid successfully achieving failure, right? So that's it. We'll keep it from here. You've watched this video. It's a long one. And look, quite frankly, when I show up like this, sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short, sometimes it's really quick or not. But I take the time to just get personal. I take the time to just be with you. That's the thing. I'm like, you'll find that when it comes to me, when it comes to the pioneers, the other people who joined this group, and the community altogether. We're creating something awesome. And you have a chance to be a part of a peer group who see you as you are and hold you to that standard. For me, there's few things that are as fun as that. Few things as being asked to just be myself, and then being held accountable to that and bring that into the world to help create what I'm looking to do. So I'd like to extend that opportunity to you as well. Go ahead, fill out the application. You can go ahead and see the link that will send you to the application. And then let's go ahead and schedule a powerful coaching experience where we explore and focus on you. And no matter what, my thing in that moment is to A, create the space for a life-changing experience, and also serve you so powerfully you'll never forget that conversation for the rest of your life. I don't mind, I'll put it out there. That's what I'm about. So even if you decide that you don't want to be a pioneer, even if I decide that right now is not the right time for the pioneer community or one-on-one coaching with me, you'll still leave that experience far better off than when you had come in before. I recognize you, and I see you, and I invite you. I invite you to come into our world. I invite you to come into our community, and I invite you to come make what you want come to life. We'll be happy to help you get there. Talk to you soon. Take care.